Welcome back, True Seeker. Last night, the big story in sports. Bam Adebayo record 83 points, moving him to seeing Kobe. If you missed this stream, we went over it last night. Oh my God, right as I go live, hold on. Am I still connected? It's got an error message that I'm disconnected, but it looks like I'm connected. This is like 2 months of internet issues. What are we paying for over here? I'm going to make sure I'm still connected because right now it says I'm not connected, but it looks like I'm connected. Anyway, last night, Bam's 83 points. And we talked about he surpassed Kobe. And you might recall Kobe died in a very 83 ritual synced with a then 83-year-old Pope Francis. Again, you learn gematria. All of this stuff comes to light. Again, Kobe died at 41 on the 41st day of the Pope's age, traveling from Catholic Mass when 41 defined his NBA career, as I wrote a book about years before he died. But yeah, helicopter crash and murder 83. Again, he died on the anniversary of Bear Bryant's death, who died in 1983. Again, the Pope was 83 when Kobe died. And funny enough, yesterday's ritual with Bam's 83 points was 83 days after Pope Francis' birthday anniversary. Now, another major sports event that happened in history not long after Kobe died, and again, I know we helped change some people's lives. A gentleman won $40,000 off the Intel. We had Argentina to beat France in the World Cup before the thing began in tribute to Pope Francis. Remember, it was the first ever World Cup that ended in December, and the excuse was because they were playing it in the Middle East where it's really hot. They had to have it in the cooler months. But the day after Pope Francis turned 86, Argentina won their first World Cup since 1986. And the reason we had him to beat France is because he's Pope Francis. He's the first publicly Jesuit pope. The Jesuits are from France. We saw that France could fall to 2-2 in World Cup championships in the 22nd ever World Cup that fell in 2022, of course, when it's a game of 22 men on the field. So in light of that, let's look at the upcoming World Cup, because the guy who won the last one, he plays now in Miami, and I'm talking about Lionel Messi. A number that comes up all the time with sports championships is 131. Bam's 83 points, and keep in mind 83 is a big football number. Bam's 83 points were 131 days before the World Cup championship, which will be in the United States of America. And again, if you're new here, these 4 base ciphers of the English language: alphabetic order, reverse alphabetic order, both orders with numerology applied. You can see how I have 2 of the ciphers up there for football. 83, Bam scored 83 last night, and there was 43 all over his box score. He had 43 points at halftime. He took 43 shots. He also took a record 43 free throws. The ritual came 43 days after Kobe Bryant's supposed death anniversary. And don't forget, Kobe's death was synced up with Super Bowl 54, which fell on the following Sunday. Miami Heat equals 43 in Gematria. In case you need this visual here, let me just scroll down to last night's post. There's a lot of information here. But in case you need that 43, again, 43 days after Kobe's death anniversary, all these 43s, right? Football number, the biggest football superstar in the world is playing in Miami right now. Again, Lionel Messi, the Messiah. Keep in mind, Jesus Christ equals 43, and the true name of Jesus, Yeshua, equals 83. Again, it's the Society of Jesus behind all this. That is the Jesuits, like Pope Francis was the first Jesuit pope. But yeah, also, Bam played at Kentucky, and the coach there is Mark Pope, and we showed this last night. He's on 43 wins with Kentucky. This comes right before March Madness begins. March equals 43. Wilt Chamberlain's scoring record was in March. Michael Jordan's scoring record was in March. LeBron James' scoring record was in March. Look at all these records in March. There's something going on here. Keep in mind, most of these guys all went to Catholic high schools. Sure, that's not an accident. But yeah, Mark Pope is the Kentucky coach. And from the actual Pope, from him becoming the Pope on May 8th to yesterday's ritual, was 43 weeks and 5 days. So with regards to the 83 points, 83 is the 23rd prime. We have the 2023 World Cup upcoming. Yesterday's ritual took place on a date with a numerology path of 23, which also breaks down to 5. And keep in mind, Messi joined Miami's football team in 2023. And, a year to the day of him joining the Miami football team, Kobe Bryant's father died, Joe Jellybean Bryant. Joe Jellybean died July 15th, 2024. So that's pretty weird. A year to the day of Messi joining Miami in light of Bam passing Kobe last night, paying tribute to Kobe, clearly. But remember, last time was the 22nd World Cup. FIFA has the 22 with the forward ciphers. In reverse, FIFA's 86. Like last time, it was the day after the Pope's 86th birthday, and Argentina won it for the first time since 86. Remember, they had to sacrifice Diego Maradona, who was on that 86 team, as part of the ritual leading up. He had the Hand of God play, and they even emulated the Hand of God in the last World Cup, if you recall. But yeah, this time, it's the 23rd FIFA event in light of this ritual going down on 23 date numerology, where again, 83 is the 23rd prime. And last night, Miami picked up their 37th win, which makes sense because Wizards equals 37. So does Bryant. Remember, he died on the 37th death anniversary of Bear Bryant. So is Los Angeles, where Wilt and Kobe both played, both guys from Philly. Jordan's also 37. Whose jersey was retired by Miami. And since the Miami Heat retired Jordan's number. And that was it, done by Pat Riley, who's 80 years old right now in this 80th NBA season, when Wilt Chamberlain died on the day, leaving 80 days left in the year. But yeah, last night, the Heat picked up their 37th win exactly 37 weeks after Messi's birthday. So I'm still trying to think more about that piece. I feel like I'm missing something with the 37 there. I feel like I'm missing something. I mean, I see a lot of it, but and remember, last night was the Heat's 66th game. Lionel Messi equals 66. Let me just write that in here so you can see it. Lionel Messi, 66. The Heat became 37-29 last night. They stayed on 29 losses. Another football number. I probably should have had that up there in the post as well. Again, the 4 base ciphers. We hit the 83. We hit the 43. We hit the 29. Maybe there's a 133 thing. I don't have that right now if there is, but it could be out there. So check this out. The first time that Argentina won the World Cup was 1978, and that was the year that Kobe was born. And notice they won it on June 25th, 1978. That means they won the World Cup 59 days before Kobe was born. And and Pope Francis equals 59. Remember, that was a huge number with Pope Francis. Again, Kobe was dead. Okay, my internet cut out again. I was saying, I don't know exactly when it cut out, so just to make sure that we got it in here. Again, Argentina won their first World Cup the year Kobe was born, 59 days before he was born. Black Mamba 59, like Pope Francis, also like Calabasas, where he supposedly crashed. And remember, Benedict stepped down on the 59th day of the year, Pope Benedict, to make way for Pope Francis. The 59th U.S. presidentials, where Joe Biden won and became number 46, exactly 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday. And we called that out way before it happened. But yesterday also had a date numerology path of 59. 3 plus 10 plus 20 plus 26 for March 10th, 2026, the day of Bam's record, 59. And we've been pointing this out. I've already given out this information about the World Cup and what I think numerous times if you follow my streams. But this year's World Cup is 59 days after FIFA's birthday. 59 days after FIFA's birthday. And Spain equals 59. Spain's also 23, going with the 23rd World Cup. Kobe spent part of his life growing up in Italy. He spent some time in Spain. He was supposedly offered a football contract to play for FC Barcelona when he retired from the NBA. So, and keep in mind, Pau Gasol, one of his championship teammates, Pau Gasol, the Spaniard. Oh, hold on. I didn't even look at that angle. Let's see if there was any alignment with Pau Gasol in the ritual yesterday. The Spanish Armada, they called Pau Gasol. Brother also in the league. Pau wore 16. So yesterday would have been 247 days after Pau's birthday, or it would have been his 248th day of his age. Kobe Bryant Day is 24/8. Like he wore 24 and 8. That's interesting. And I heard a lot of you guys calling out that if you measure from the day Kobe was born, August 23rd, 1978 to yesterday's ritual in weeks. If you count the span, yeah, look at that. The span from Kobe's birthday to yesterday's ritual, a span of 2,481 weeks. Kobe finished his career with 24, dropped 81 in his 666th game. Yeah, that's pretty mind-blowing. What a script. But yeah, don't forget, you guys, Messi, he won in New York July 19th, 2025, scoring 2 goals. And that was the first day I gave it out for free. I said, well, remember, a year from today is going to be the World Cup championship in New York. 2 goals. Is that a sign he's going to 2 straight World Cup championships? And in light of last night, the score being 129, we talked about many times why 129 is so important. On December 9th last year, Lionel Messi won back-to-back MLS MVPs on a 129 date. And remember, 129 is 201 in base 8 counting. 201 is that ultimate number of the Jesuits. Kobe's death had a lot to do with 201. Last night's ritual was 201 days after Wilt Chamberlain's birthday anniversary. Messi was the only player allowed to stay separate from his team. Remember, he had his own hotel room. He stayed in room 201. And the media put out that image. And it was kind of weird if you go back and look, because in the image of Messi in room 201, you could see that in the background, there's another man laying in his bed. You can see the hairy legs on the other man in Messi's bed. But yeah, that was also 168 days after Messi's birthday, and New York City's 168 and 129. And that was 222 days before the upcoming World Cup championship. So, by the way, some other observations from the community. Nick Nurse, the current coach of the 76ers, Kobe's hometown won last night. Notice they beat the Grizzlies, who also went down with 129. But last night was Nick Nurse's 666th career game as a coach. And here, for anybody who wants to verify that, it's easy. Just go to Basketball Reference, Nick Nurse, look him up. He has 619 regular season wins. It's kind of like King James's birthday, June 19th, and 47 in the postseason. 619 plus 47, 666. The 333 wins also looks pretty interesting, doesn't it? Like Kobe's 33. Where's the other game? The Raptors. The Raptors last night. The Rockets looked like absolute lock city last night. The Raptors stayed on 36 wins. 666, the 36 triangular number. Kobe dropped 81 on the Raptors in his 666th career game. Notice the Raptors got the 28th loss. That's a big number with the Rockets. Rockets 28. And I think was it Darko got his 91st loss last night, their coach. Darko's the coach of the Raptors. Oh, he stayed on 91 wins. That's what it was. The coach stays on 91 wins and the team picks up the 28th loss of the year. And all you people out there that always leave comments, dude, you got so many ciphers. Of course things are going to line up. Again, that's just always the low IQ comment, and you guys are the ones not patting your pockets. Yesterday we had another exact score for about a 50-1 payout last night in hockey. Columbus 2-5 versus Tampa. Both teams equal 25. So many ciphers, my ass, as we call scores on a regular basis, as we torch the league on a regular basis. Yeah, last night, just smoked the NBA again last night. Just all around great day. College was good. Hockey mostly good. So yeah, anyway, that's mostly what I wanted to share. And a lot of people have been asking me to look into Len Bias's mother's death. Let me just go back to my old work on the death of Len Bias. Len Bias was supposed to be a great, great talent. Died right after being drafted in the NBA. Notice they put out the documentary about his death on November 3rd in the 113 League. Remember the National Basketball Association 113, just like Kobe Bryant, just like Deer Basketball. Notice the game versus the Raptors last night, too. I mean, the Rockets win with the 113. You know that's not an accident. Kobe made his debut in the NBA on November 3rd, 96. But yeah, here's the story of how Len Bias died. And, you know, about 113, again, it's this number from the Talmud that's a number of deception. Look at one of these stories today. Do you think this is a perfect example of deception? Well, I mean, everything up here every day really is. But how about this one? The U.S. supposedly blew up that school with all those girls, said a U.S. Tomahawk missile hit it. Today, they have this story on 113. Oh, shit. Right as I go to talk about it, it moves. They just took it down. But the excuse today is they had old... Oh, hold on. They made it the top story. U.S. strike likely hit school in Iran due to outdated intelligence. I mean, please, man. Please. Pro-Iran hackers claim cyber attack on major U.S. medical device maker. Called Stryker? Oh, I just got to see it in real time. Stryker. Off the top. I mean, I see the 3546, but I'll have to look more into that one. Remember, Jesuit run HBO. That's the big thing going on in their hit hospital show right now is the cyber attack on the hospital. All right, but yeah, anyway, let's go over the Len Bias thing, and then I wanted to look at the mom's death. Len Bias also died on the real King James's birthday, June 19th. They really like to come back to that King James thing, don't they? Len Bias, born the same year as Michael Jordan, but later in the year. Len Bias dead at 22. Big basketball number. Basketball equals 22. We just rocked college basketball 2 days ago on 22 date. Numerology is taking all the 22s. They were cash, cash, cash. We knew one of them you better take the points, and they covered. Team had a good reason to pick up the 23rd win in one of the games. Hold on. I'm just scrolling through this. Yeah, basketball in Boston, both 22. Boston, the 22 city. The singer from Boston just died the other day on 22 date numerology, and he died on the anniversary of the last Boston singer. He replaced the last Boston singer who died, and he dies on the 19th anniversary of the last Boston singer on a 22 date. Len Bias has that 26 in his name, like Jordan, like Bryant, like Celtics. Again, 26 represents God in this study, and a lot of these athletes do get worshiped like gods, especially guys like Kobe and Jordan. Boston had just won the finals over Houston. June 8th, 11 days later, Len Bias is dead, and keep in mind, Black is 11. You see that number around a lot of rituals. Here we are on the 11th of March. They had to kneel, a basketball player who lived this. My internet cut out again, but yeah, just this part about how they got to mention Suite 1103. I mean, how similar is that to 113? And I see in the chat, yeah, Len Bias was supposed to be a great player, just like Benji Wilson was supposed to be a great player who was also killed by the numbers. And a lot of people think that these guys were cleared out for Jordan's legacy to pave the way for Jordan. So Len Bias, War 34, Maryland and murder, both 34. He was drafted out of Maryland. Len Bias taken second overall. It's interesting the pick came from Seattle, right? Seattle, the 19 city, and then he dies on the 19th of the month. There's probably something up with that. He died 2 days after the NBA draft. Imagine that. The second pick dies 2 days after the draft at age 22. Basketball in Boston, 22. Riverdale Park equals 68. Basketball is 68 when you run it in reverse. So, total basketball story. And you see how basketball's 85 and 22, just like Boston, the most winningest team in NBA history. From his birthday to his death was 213 days. That number connects to death in satanic gematria, but it also connects to the NBA Finals, which that was the first year they used that term for the record. 86 is when they changed the name to Finals. But he died 213 days after his birthday. Oh, this game, this was the game before. Oh yeah, this was the last game in Cleveland. LeBron ended up winning the finals on the anniversary of Len Bias's death, which is the real King James' birthday. But remember the last game in Cleveland, which ended up with 216 total points in the game, like Cleveland's the 216. That game started 2-13, 2-1-3, just how they always pay tribute to that stuff. Let's see. The NBA Finals also equals 322 in Jewish gematria. Len Bias born on the 322nd day of the year. He was born on a date with 111 numerology, also like the NBA Finals. Just how it's interesting how in all these ciphers, he has the numbers just matching all of them. We've talked about the NBA Finals numerous times over the years, coming back to those numbers in so many rituals. So if you're the person out there going like, what? So NBA Finals 111 and 213 and 322. If you're the person out there trying to discount this because of that, you're the one not patting your pockets. We've hit so many futures from understanding when they do these rituals with those numbers. Go back and look when the Warriors won in Boston on the Pope's birthday with 111 and became 7-5 away for the season. The season they had 75 painted all over their court. Money in the Bank. Warriors to beat Boston. And remember, that Pope Francis equals 175, just like Golden State. That year, Boston fell to 17-5 in the finals, appearing in their 22nd championship in 2022. They said the guy responsible for Len Bias's death, his last name rhymes with dribble. I mean, come on, man. Brian Tribble, please. Reggie Lewis died in a similar ritual playing for Boston. He was the 22nd pick. He died 118 days from his birthday. And when I did this post, I wasn't on the reverse ciphers yet when I did this post, so I didn't realize that Celtics was also 118. Celtics 118. Celtics 71. Hold on, what was the thing I just had up here for Len Bias? Snap. Nah, I know what I just had. How Celtics. Never mind, Celtics and Catholic. But yeah, Lewis died 118 days. It's a big death number. I could probably go back to all these decodes and add a lot more because obviously from 2016, early 2016, we've learned a lot more. 2016 was the best year ever for futures, though. We hit every single future. We called Prince's death. Well, just the way they do it, man. First player since 66 to reach 6 straight finals. Cavs won that night with 113. Raptors go down with 87. Win the series 4-2. I mean, please. James, 87. Number of the Beast, 87. The Beast rules for 42 months. LeBron James, 42. Just, it's amazing how they can just put this stuff in front of people's face and they don't see it. LeBron wins by 26, too. Just that other magic number. All right, let's look at Len Bias's mother's death. So this headline just broke this past week. Dr. Lenice Bias, mother of Len Bias, has passed away. And let's see if we can get a story here. She died at 77. That stands out right away, you guys, that she died at 77 because Boston has the 77 connection. Her son dies at 22. She dies at 77, right? 55-year difference. Satan is 55, but more importantly, Boston, Massachusetts is 55. So, okay, that's the first thing, right? What are the odds it would be that way? She was best known as the mother of Len Bias, the University of Maryland basketball superstar whose death remains one of the most heartbreaking stories in sports history. It's not quite 40 years later. It's 39 years later and change. Yeah, they said cocaine overdose. I don't think she died on March 10th. I think she died prior to that. But just the fact that this mainstream article was written on a date that can be written 10/3, overdose 10/3. Later this year, it'll be the 40th anniversary. Overdose 103 and 40. Overdose is also 113. That's right, like the National Basketball Association, like how they had to mention they used to live in Suite 1103. I mean, please. It's very obvious that they kill a lot of people by giving them hot doses. I mean, it's America. The majority of my peers I know used drugs at some point. When I was in college, cocaine was really expensive, but whenever it was offered to me, I didn't turn it down. I mean, like Rick James said, it's a hell of a drug. If you can control yourself and not get super addicted, I mean, it's a party drug. I'm not gonna lie, but some people got addiction problems. In 1990, 4 years after Len's death, her second son, Jay Bias, was killed in a drive-by shooting. 4 years later, the number of death in the occult. I didn't even know about that until just now. He was killed December 5th, 1990, the day leaving 26 days left in the year. Celtics is 26. Hold up. I did not even know about this detail. I don't think anybody told me that in all these years. All right. He died June 19th, 1986, Len Bias. His brother dies December 5th, 1990. 1,630 days. Looks a bit like 163, the 38th prime. Death, murder, killing, RIP, all 38. 232 weeks and 6 days. Satan is 232 in Jewish gematria. Span at 233. That's the 13th Fibonacci number and the 51st prime. Conspiracies 51. J Bias. Bias is 13. So, okay, 233 is the 13th Fibonacci. Bias is 77, like Mom's Dead is 77. Bias is 77 and 32, like Boston. Okay, look how perfect that is, you guys. I mean, come on, man. 233 weeks, the 13th Fibonacci number, and their surname is 13? Murder by numbers. J Bias 22, like his brother died at 22. God, you know what's crazy about his name? Look at this, you guys. Watch what happens when I write out satanic. It's not to say the family's satanic, it's to say these rituals being done with them are. They got all the kids saying 6, 7. Satanic and J Bias, the exact same in every cipher. And 67 is the 19th prime. Like, Len Bias died on the 19th of the month, and the pick coming from Seattle. Seattle, the city on the 122nd meridian. And I'm thinking about how Seattle just won the Super Bowl in San Francisco, where the Church of Satan was founded. San Francisco equals 122 and 50, the city on the 122nd meridian. Seahawks just won in their 50th season, beating 50-year-old Mike Vrabel. All right, let's keep it going here. We didn't even run her own name, Lanice Bias. 66 is the 11th triangular number. What were we saying earlier about 11? I think he died 11 days after they won the finals. I mean, there's a lot of different things I could say about these numbers, Masonic and Jesuit connections, but I don't. So far, that's not as important as some of these other things. I got to figure out what day she passed away here. So both of these articles are written on March 10th, like overdose is 103. I'm pretty sure she didn't die yesterday because I think somebody let me know about this death a few days ago, and I looked it up and there wasn't a story yet. So whoever let me know had some kind of somehow they had an early lead on these media stories being written. Cocaine. What was I just saying about 130? I know I was saying it's about 139 a second ago, the 34th prime. Murder in Maryland, 34. He wore 34. Cocaine also 40 like overdose, 32 like Boston, 50 like satanic. Cocaine overdose 153. Jesuit order 153. Jesuit order also 72 like cocaine overdose. 153 is the 17th triangular number, like we call the NBA the 17 league. Is there a way to figure out what day she died? It looks like the news might have first broke on March 9th. They pronounced Len Bias dead at 8:55 a.m., 55 minutes past the hour. It says Lenice Bias passed away on Tuesday, March 3rd, 26. She died on 3/3. The 62nd day of the year. Let me see what was going on in the NBA that day. Let's go back to March 3rd. Hornets had the first game on the slate. Cavs had the second. Magic, third. Boston did not play that day. Boston played the day prior, getting their 41st win. So the day before the Celtics became 41-20. Now we just saw that overdose is 41 and cocaine overdose is 81, and the Bucks lost with 81. If anyone still doubts that these games are scripted from the final score to the box score after Bam Adebayo yesterday, I can't help you. The Bucks did get their 34th loss too, like Len Bias wore number 34. Maryland 34, murder 34. And for the record, Bucks 34. So the day after that happened, she dies on 3/3. Okay, Massachusetts is one of the 3 states that equals 33 in the most pure. Out of the 50 states, only 4 have the 33 connection. But in the most pure, it's the first state, Delaware, the 6th state, Massachusetts, and the 50th and final state, Hawaii. And then the one other one that has a 33 connections in reverse, New York. But yeah, Delaware, Hawaii, Massachusetts, New York. Celtics played their 32nd road game in that one. Bucks stayed on 26 wins too versus the Celtics. Pretty predictable. Doc Rivers versus old team. Len Bias 26. I'm just trying to think if there's something else there with Milwaukee. I guess 2 green teams. Marquette Jesuit school there in Milwaukee. I wonder if her birthday's out there somewhere. Or hold on, let's measure from their 2 death anniversaries. March 3rd, 2026, and she dies in 2026. June 19th, 2026. 15 weeks. There's 15. So they died 15 weeks and 3 days apart. We just saw that, didn't we? What was it? Cocaine overdose? 153. 108 days apart. The Celtics won with 108 points the night before her death. Remember, 108 is not an arbitrary number. It's the geometry number. And again, gematria means geometry in language. The Celtics, didn't they average 108 points a game in the 78th NBA Finals versus Dallas, which was a tribute to Kennedy? No, that's not quite right. I forget what it is. There was something about 108 with those finals. I'm forgetting what it is. 108 is the 79th composite number, but I know there was something big with 108 going on. Maybe JFK would have been 108 at the time. He was in his 108th year of life. He would have been 107. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was something about 108. Now I know where JFK died has the 108 connection. Dealey Plaza. JFK dead in Dallas. From Massachusetts. And again, they did that for the 78th NBA Finals, like Kennedy 78. But okay, I think we got the main points on her passing. She died the final died 92 days before the start of the finals. The internet keeps going out, man. We're having a bad day over here with the internet connection. Goodness gracious. Set new records of terribleness. So yeah, I think we got pretty much all the main points. I'll do a written post on that. But yeah, the cabal, man. All day, every day. Your news, your sports, your dead celebrities. Bringing it to you by the code of ABC123. I'm just seeing also if anybody's dead in the headlines. Catherine Nolan gone at 67, American politician. What happened to her? The day before her birthday. 67, right after International Women's Day on the 67th day of the year. She probably said the wrong thing to the wrong person. You know, one other thing that stood out to me about the 83 ritual, yesterday with Kobe and Will both being from Philadelphia, and we call Philadelphia the 65 city because it equals 65, and its date of establishment's the day leaving 65 days left in the year. Remember, Netanyahu graduated from high school in Philadelphia, and the season began on Netanyahu's 76th birthday. On 76 date numerology, mind you. But yesterday was 65 days from Israel's birthday. Again, Philadelphia gets the letter about the synagogue of Satan. Satan numbers all over the ritual. A Czech basketball player died yesterday at 79. That's the other murder number. Just making sure no death fell through the cracks. Matt Snell of the New York Jets died yesterday. Number 41. Come on, man. On the same day, 41, the Super Bowl number, but also the Kobe number. Snell was Jets owner Sonny Werblin's first coup prior to his 1965 acquisition of Joe Namath. He played in Super Bowl III, so he won Super Bowl III. Kobe fell to third in all-time scoring yesterday. He scored the Jets' only touchdown. Interesting. Sam Darnold came from the Jets. It was the Pete Carroll Super Bowl. Pete Carroll coached the Jets, Patriots, and Seahawks, as well as USC, where Sam Darnold went. This is real quick. Yeah, how about the fact that he died on Bin Laden's birthday too? Just how the New York Jets won their only Super Bowl the year that 911 was made the national emergency dialing code and World Trade Center construction began, and Boeing debuted their jumbo jetliners. I don't think that's an accident. It seems like a sick joke. He died 204 days after his birthday. Again, this practice of coding numbers into words is technically Jewish mysticism, which equates to 204 and 69th day of the year and 201 and 93. Goes without saying. Okay. Okay. Yeah, today's the sixth year of the pandemic. 6th year anniversary. Again, remember, the pandemic has the 113 in it. The National Basketball Association locked down that day, which is the 113 league. They blamed it on the player for the Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert, the true 113. If you go back and look at the box scores that day, Dallas finished their game that day scoring 113 points. Those are the only two teams in the league with a 113 connection, Utah and Dallas. And Rudy Gobert from France. Here, let's go back in time. Let's go back to March 11, 2020. Time flies. Woo. Yeah, Mavericks 113 that day. Nuggets stayed on 43 wins like pandemic 43. That's funny. Kobe's team beat the Heat. Jazz and Thunder. That 44-28 record for both teams stands out because we know who made a lot of money off the pandemic, the 44-28 company. You had the players out there telling people to get the pokey dope. Kings game got canceled. Corona means crown. They really like that crown thing. Adebayo, his surname means crown or royalty. They really like that crown thing. Okay. Let me drop the link here. If you guys want to add anything else in, headlines, bam, whatever. Got something good to add. Now's the time. I got about 30 minutes and then I got to get on with my day. 30 minutes. If we don't have any callers, I'll be out of here to no time. You guys, nobody's going to call Bam to score 83 points. I mean, like, it's an unrealistic thing. And somebody left a comment like that. If this gematria is so good, why didn't you call Bam to score 83? It's like, well, we called the 2-5 score for a monster payout today and hit almost every other game we took a stab at. You know, to expect somebody to call Bam to score 83 points, I mean, please. It's ridiculous. All I got to say is all you guys who sit on the sidelines like that, like, oh, I'll join when you call Bam to score 83 before you scored 83. Okay, yeah, you missed out on the 50-1 payout on the hockey game yesterday. Continue to sit out and be a dumbass. That's on you. What's up, Gematria32?
From Len Bias's birthday, 11/18, right? That's his birthday?
The day leaving, 43 days left in the year?
To March 3rd is how many days?
Oh, that should have been 105. Well, didn't I have 105 up there? Was her name 105?
Boom. There you go.
Hold on. What was her? What's her? Yeah, you're right. Good one. Yeah, I slept on measuring from the I already forgot how to spell it. Right here. Let's get that up here. Yeah, so okay, look at that. Yeah, she died 105 days after his birthday anniversary. And then 105 is the 14th triangular number, and dead and end equal 14. Oh, God, it's also the 77th composite number. Like, she died at 77.
Oh, shit. Yeah. All right. Well, I just wanted to point that out. I'll let somebody else get on, Zach. Good work. Thank you.
What do you think about these people that leave these comments? I mean, are they just dumb?
Hello?
What do you think about these people that are like, why do you call him to score 83? I mean, are these people serious?
Zach, I'm going to say this real quick, right? I don't involve myself in those kind of conversations. That's not what I do. And I don't know, how could you put us through that cruel and unusual punishment yesterday? You made like a hard left turn from the stream yesterday, and that guy just swallowed a fucking bullet. And I'm gonna
let's be fair. Let's be fair. Outside of the contriving the Obama stuff, a lot of his decodes were pretty good yesterday.
That's all your work. That's all your work, Zach.
No, some of that was original material. Some of that was original material. You got to give credit where it's due. You got to give credit where.
Exactly, but 80 to 90% of that work is yours. He got it from you. And plus, I don't fuck with nobody that goes against the teacher, for the record. So, and you can't say those type of things and come back from it. I don't give a fuck who you are. Chew on a fucking bullet. Peace out.
Appreciate it. Well, what was annoying is he was like trying to slander me while I'm out here pounding pavement all over the place, trying to wake people up to what's going on with cooties. And I got some new guy out of the woodwork doing gematria decodes on me, saying I'm Illuminati. Please, Illuminati's not shadow banned and deleted 20 sometimes. What's up, Arthur?
What's going on, Sag? So, I got a couple of things I want to add. Did you know that Aja Wilson, Bam's girlfriend, she leads the WNBA in
Hold on, I don't know who that is. Oh, who's his girlfriend?
Aja Wilson.
Is she supposed to be the best player in the WNBA?
She's one of them. She scored 53 points. She has the most points scored in a single game, and that's his girlfriend.
I think they say she is the best player in the WNBA, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and then it was funny. They was drafted 42 weeks apart, both of them.
She plays for the 23 team, Las Vegas. How far apart?
42 weeks.
Oh, 42. Oh, yeah.
Las Vegas is 130 as well, as like how you scored 130 days before his birthday.
She's from the other Carolina. Well, he's not from North Carolina, but he played high school there, and she's from South Carolina. Okay.
And another thing, did you know he was named Bam after the cartoon character, the Bam Bam Rubble? And Bam Bam Rubble was adopted, right? They dropped him off in front of Barney's house in the cartoon. And Bam Adebayo, his father supposedly abandoned him when he was a child. Okay. And it's funny, from the day that Will Chamberlain scored 100 points to the day that Bam Bam Rubble made his first appearance on the Flintstones, 83 weeks.
Really? I knew there had to be a Flintstones joke. That's a good find. Yeah. Hold up, let's show them that one in real time. So, okay, we know that yesterday was 64 years and 8 days from the 100-point game, like NBA's 64 and 8, and obviously 64 has a square root of 8 and Kobe. So, all right, hold up.
March 2nd, 1963.
And then how do I find out this Bam Bam debut on Flintstones?
You could either Wikipedia, so you could show people on the screen. Wikipedia will definitely show it. I think it's October 3rd, 1963, or 19th, whatever it is. It's on October.
October, yeah, there it is, October 3rd. So that would have been the day leaving 89 days left near the 24th prime. All right. October 8, 1963. Boom, 83 weeks and 4 days. Yeah, that's crazy.
Actually, I think you have the date wrong for Will Chamberlain's.
Oh, it's October 3rd. It's October 3rd. My bad. October 3rd, and then count.
Yeah, because it's 83 weeks. It's 83 weeks on the nose.
Yeah, 83 weeks on the nose. Look at that, you guys. What a script. Is
And
581 anything? Is 581 anything?
Huh?
I just see 581 days too. I wonder if that's anything. Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, like, maybe Bam Adebayo's father abandoned him because he probably noticed that wasn't really his kid or something like that. Maybe, you know.
Did you see it? Season 4, episode 3? Huh? Did you see season 4, episode 3?
Oh my God! That was his debut, man. 43, man. Little Bam Bam.
43 numbers all over it.
And the story is that supposedly they named him Bam is because he flipped a table when he was 1 year old. Like, who even believes that?
Look at that. I just said it's the day leaving 89 days left in the year. The name of the episode equals 89.
Yeah, man. All those 43s that he did yesterday, too.
There's probably a LeBron tribute in there, too, because, you know, King James, he's about to hit the 16-11. Played for Miami, 43 14th prime, 14 years ago. LeBron.
You know Bam is 43, Bam.
Just Bam alone, just like March?
Yeah, I think it's in a standard cipher.
Oh, another cipher. Okay. Bam's also 16. Like the Wizards stayed on 16 wins yesterday. 20 years after Kobe's 81-point game. Okay.
Yeah, you think that's an accident though that he's making his first appearance 83 weeks after that 100-point game?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a coincidence. Yeah, that's why it just gets frustrating how much stuff we've exposed over the years, and some people just sit back and just like everything to them like.
Yeah, and then the guy's girlfriend also has 53 points. Like she's the leading scorer, and like, come on. So they both of them are the active.
Last night?
No, she scored 53. I forgot against what team, but she has the most points in a single game in the WNBA. And now
Bam Rubble is also 89. Damn. The name of the episode and
the character's full name? Wow.
And the character's name is 89 and the name of the episode. Little Bam Bam. Yeah, they got it. It's amazing they've just been doing this shit forever.
That was in 1963. Like, that's how and he wasn't even born yet, and there was already scripting his life around his cartoon character. It was crazy.
And isn't that what we said? That's how you can tell these guys are born and bred to be and named accordingly, and they got all this stuff just planned out a million miles in advance. So, yeah, I guess theoretically, had we done this level of research, you might have been like, you know what? Someday there's going to be a big 83 ritual with Bam Adebayo. So, I mean, I guess it was possible, but it would have taken a lot of research.
Yeah, I don't think that's realistic, though, to know that especially somebody like him that, you know, he's not like a superstar in the league.
Yeah, that's a good one, though. It's a good one.
You know, yesterday he posted, he said he wrote Wilt, me, and Kobe, which has Gematria 43. He put that under his photo.
You know that if you just write out the three first names, it's 113, right?
Yeah, and 41.
Bam, Kobe.
Yeah, if you replace Bam with me, which is what he wrote in his caption.
ESPN had that up this morning. Me
and Kobe.
Me and Kobe. I think I saw.
No, just Kobe. Yeah, it has the 43 Gematria.
Yeah, and
that's what he posted on his Instagram.
43-56, like Miami Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know, October 3rd, does that day kind of remind you of March 10th?
Wow. Yeah, that's the other day written 10-3. Yep. Oh man. Isn't that crazy? Oh man.
63 too. That's how many shots Wilt took. Wilt took 63 shots.
Yeah, but Bam Bam, he was raised by foster parents, man. I mean, I mean, I think there's a deeper joke here.
So that's why he got the nickname Bam, because that's not his real name. Okay. Yeah, I got to add that one. That I mean, that just seals it right there.
Mm-hmm. And the show came out on 10-3, and then he has his career high game on 10-3. Well, he made his first appearance on 10-3, the character.
Yeah. From Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game to the debut of Bam Bam on the Flintstones. It was 83 weeks. I love these people, man. Come on. Well, don't you wish they'd put this on Joe Rogan? I want to see how Joe Rogan reacts to this in real time.
Oh, yeah, they'll probably brush it off like everybody else does.
You just keep pushing them. Yeah, they start looking dumb, though. They start looking dumb. Yeah, that's too good.
And yeah, his girlfriend had her career game a day after Wilt Chamberlain's birthday, which is funny too. She had 53 on August 22nd, a day before Kobe's birthday, actually. So right in the middle between oh, look at that. Right between Wilt Chamberlain's birthday and Kobe's birthday, she had her career high game.
Yeah. Yeah. All part of a perfect script. It's crazy how they use the other 10-3 date.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, any other observations?
No, just that. I'll leave it there.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome.
Keep in mind, you guys, 103 is the 27th prime number. Like Ritual equals 27, and so is Miami. You just saw Indiana's coach pick up his 27th win with Indiana, winning with 27 points in the college championship. And I think there is something about that, too, just because Miami is where this first Seahawks football team came from, and then they became the Baltimore Colts. They're now the Indianapolis Colts. And again, this year you had Indiana win in Seattle in football for the championships, and Indiana's the 19th state, and Seattle equals 19, and they were up 19-0. And remember last year, the NBA Finals was OKC, which came from Seattle, beating Indiana. And who died right before that was Jim Irsay. 106 days before the 106th season kicked off, Seattle WA 106. But all this stuff is an internet-connected story because, again, 83 is a big football number. So the next thing you know, you're having a big ritual with Miami and Washington when the Washington State team won the Super Bowl. Just like how when the Sonics won their championship, they beat the Washington Wizards. So it's also versus the Wizards. All right. But yeah, it's pretty crazy how they got that lined up with the Flint. I was saying this more on Patreon. I said there's got to be some Flintstones joke in here. Well, we got Matt, and then we got Hot Hand Dave. What's up, Matt? You got to unmute Matt. That mic button. You got to.
Hey, what's going on, Zach? Yeah, I was getting to it. Sorry. Hey, have you looked into Eminem's grandmother dying today? Have you looked into that any?
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, she died at 87. I did look a little bit into it, but I couldn't really find much. I did see where she died 66.
She didn't die yesterday, did she?
She died today, 66 weeks after Debbie's death. So I don't know. Yeah, his grandmother at 87. Her name was Betty.
66 weeks after his mom died?
Yep. 87. So I mean, there's probably something to all that. And it was in Missouri, so I don't know if you can see if there's anything
Eminem, they had him making songs in support of the propaganda for cooties. He had some songs about put your mask on and all this shit, complaining about people coughing. So I find it interesting on the anniversary of the pandemic.
Yeah, I did see somebody in the comments. They did mention something about number of the beast with the
I'm pretty sure in his lyrics he's talking about people not standing 6 feet apart. It's the 6th anniversary.
Oh, that's very interesting. And so 66 weeks.
87, number of the beast, 87. All the 666 stuff with the pandemic.
Yeah, I figured there was something to that. I'm sure you're going to find more to it, but I just found that
Oh,
very
see, I knew it.
interesting.
Yeah, see, I knew it. You guys got to read the stories. Now, when a story breaks, doesn't mean they died that day. She died yesterday. Makes sense. Eminem
Oh, okay.
was on 3.
Oh,
That's why I said that she
good
died
stuff.
yesterday. That's my first thought. Yesterday had 59 date numerology and was 10-3. So what a day for grandma to die.
Wow, dude, these people are sick, man.
I got you guys. You have to read past headlines. So many people in this community will do a full decode and not even have the right date that the person died. They're doing it like the news broke today, so it must have been today. Got to read the articles.
See what they do? They try to trick you though. Like they put out the headline and then like they hide like the
man.
The
you only had
dates
to
in
read
there.
the second sentence. It was in the second sentence. She died Tuesday.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Hey, that's some good research, bro. That's crazy. Same day as Bam's thing too. That's kind of
And again,
wild, man.
that's why as soon as I saw it, I was like, man, she died yesterday because what a day. 59. Again, you guys, Zach, you use all these ciphers. Yesterday I had 59 date numerology and was 10-3. Please. Think this shit's an accident every day? Please.
Yep, yet another ritual. I mean, these people are truly sick, dude.
And you said his mom died 66 weeks earlier?
Yep, in
Baby
December.
is 66, Number of the beast is 66 and 87. She's dead at 87. He had the Devil's Night album with the, what do you call him? The Dirty Dozen, D12.
Yeah, and his last album that he had was The Death of Slim Shady that in June of 2024. Or July, of 2024.
Look at that, man. 100. Come on, you guys. 144 days after his birthday, grandma's dead. Come on. We know who's running this. Mark of the Beast is 144, like Jesuit order. Yeah. And what's the square root of 144? 12. The Dirty Dozen, D12.
Man, these people are truly sick, man. I tell you. And I kind of wonder if Bam, if there's going to be a sacrifice around him now next too, because the way he broke Kobe's record with 83 points, that 83 obviously is big with murder and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
I kind of wonder if that's hinting at something with LeBron too, though, because remember the Heat was one of LeBron's, former teams. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if there's a connection there with LeBron or not.
King James's son was King Charles. The final start 201 days after King Charles' birthday. We'll see.
Yep. There's something definitely going on with that Bam thing. Come on. You just don't pick somebody with the name Bam for nothing, So there's something more to all that, man.
Look at this, you guys.
Good stuff, Zach.
54
take care, buddy.
This year, born in 72. We're just hitting all the Jesuit order numbers here. 144, 54, 72. All right. Yeah, appreciate the heads up on that. You must spend all day trying to decode this stuff. Man, I haven't spent more than probably 2 minutes on any decode in the last 13 years before I saw something super interesting just almost right off the get. That's why a lot of you guys, when you ask me to decode things, I'm like, are you guys even trying to decode? Are you even like typing in one keyword in the story? Oh, man. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Eminem's mom, Debbie. So Eminem's mom died at 69. Now grandma died on the 69th day of the year. The Jesuit order 69, like Illuminati. Let me look up this promptly. Eminem's song about let's see. I don't know what it was called. Let me see if this is the right one. I know he has some song where he's complaining about people not following the protocols of COVID. I don't know if this is the same song. He does so many damn songs. I'll look into that later. That chorus pays tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. He died in the 201 ritual last year. Mom died December 2nd, 2024. I just want to run it real quick. Grandma's dead 463 days later, 66 weeks in a day, like he said. 463 is the 90th prime. Marshall Mathers. I'll do it. I'll do a better. All right, the internet cut out again. What's annoying is, when you upload this video, you just get the brain dead dummies coming through. You really think they killed Eminem's grandma? Like, are you even looking at what we're presenting, you morons? What's up, Dave?
Hey, what's up? What's up, Zach?
Yeah, what's up?
Yesterday was Harriet Tubman's death anniversary. If you put her name into the calculator, it's 150, and it's most simple.
201, two big numbers with the ritual yesterday. Yeah, it's interesting. And Harriet Tubman, they were going to put her on the $20 bill, which was the news. It got canceled, right, with the George Floyd with the fake 20. And then, just the Kobe's 20-year-old record broken yesterday with number 20 guarding Bam. Okay.
Okay, because, it was the Wizards and Heat 150th regular season meeting, and you saw the Heat score 150. So I was just wondering if Harriet Tubman has anything to do with this as well.
Probably.
Okay.
Harriet Tubman, slavery. There's always some slave joke.
I was reading that she went to Philadelphia for something as well. She stayed around that area: Philadelphia, Washington, Maryland.
Yeah.
She was born in Maryland, and you talked about Len Bias and
his mom's death was in the news yesterday.
Yeah. So I found that pretty interesting about her yesterday.
Yeah, that's a good thought. It probably is part of the joke. I'd have to think about it more.
Okay, well, that's all I wanted to tell you.
All right, appreciate it, Hot Hand Dave.
Yeah, appreciate you, Zach. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, bye.
Betty infamously blasted Eminem in an August 2000 interview with London's Mirror newspaper. She told the publication, "Neither his mother, Debbie, nor I can figure out what happened to this sweet, caring youngster." I have to maybe go back and get the actual anniversary of that article. Could be part of the Dirty Dozen, right? The Dirty Dozen. She had to mention 12. His rap group is the Dirty Dozen. Yeah, man, it's annoying what they've done to this whole Gematria community. Shadow banned everybody. Nobody's message is getting out except for one guy who does the wackest decodes, who's former military. Makes me think that's some kind of co-ops. All right, I got 10 minutes and I got to go. If we don't have anybody else with information to share, I can wrap it up. But yeah, this Eminem news is one that's worthy of a smaller individual post. All right, drop the link one more time if anybody wants to get in here. Last time to share information. Yeah, if you guys weren't here at the end of 2016 when I got into the reverse ciphers, it's because it was just like this, you know. I started going back over old posts, and I would have been. I still remember when I did it. I did the Delphonics song. I had music playing. Didn't I blow your mind this time? But I was just going over old posts, and I was like, look at this, you guys. I'd say, okay, we already talked about how Eminem's grandma died on 59 date numerology, and now look at when you run it in reverse. She died on a day that can be written 10/3. Because I was just noticing a million things like that with my old posts going over the reverse. It's like, wow, it's like literally the other half of the ritual. And then you got these losers that want to be like, you're using all these ciphers. By using these ciphers, you see how improbable this is. And then, again, you have to ignore every single artifact that's out there. I mean, literally the world of entertainment full of movies, TV shows, and music alluding to this code of killing people by this ABC123 code. And then always people with the same questions I've answered 1,000 times that I've written multiple books about. If I was the outsider coming across this channel, I'd be like, okay, I need to do some more research on this. Most of the questions you guys ask can easily be answered with a little research. But again, I just see a lot of you guys, you don't even take the time. I mean, shout out to the guy who called in, but he didn't even read 2 sentences into this article. I mean, it literally says in the second sentence, she died Tuesday. All right, we got Matt and Jamie. What's up, Matt?
Hey, that's me calling back in, Zach. Yeah, I should have read more, man. I was kind of on the fly, but there is something else I found out, though, about the whole thing with Eminem's grandma. She died 31 weeks before Eminem's next birthday. Obviously, Eminem is 31, so there's more of the.
There's a good one, yeah. So now
so
that's a good catch. Yeah, 31 weeks of birthday. Let me confirm that.
Yep.
March 10th, 2026. What his birthday is October 17th, right?
Mm-hmm.
31 weeks and 4 days. So technically it would also be in the 32nd week. So kind of it's all there. The 31 and the 32 are the other Eminem values. Okay.
Yeah, yep. These people definitely are sick, man. And like I said, his recent album being the death of Slim Shady, and then now, I mean, all this death surrounding, Eminem. So, yeah, there's something definitely to all that, man. I mean, we're finding the pieces, man.
All right. Nice addition.
Yep. Yes, sir, bro. Take care, brother. I just wanted to add that in there, buddy.
Appreciate it. The other thing that's wrong with this community right now is you got people just trying to do these stretch decodes. If you're having to do complicated things to make things fit, see, that's part of the thing about having advantage for doing it longer than anybody else. But when you have, like, when we do our sports stream, if you hear one of caller call in and he's like trying to do all this math and connect all this stuff to make it fit, you're just like, that's not going to work, man. That's not how it is. This stuff's pretty simple. So, you got goofy decoders out here doing a lot of that stuff, and it's not the way it is. It's simple like this. 59 date numerology, 10/3. Yeah, 31 weeks and days to his upcoming birthday, which means we're in the 32nd week until his upcoming birthday. So it really does match up with Eminem and all 4 base ciphers. And it might just be easier to just explain to people the 59 and 103 thing, but it really is all there. So you're not having to do any crazy math to explain it. And just like how we're explaining everything else, I mean, all this stuff fits together. Len Bias's mother in the news at the time, the ritual with Kobe. All right, we got Jamie and then GAD. What's up, Jamie?
Aaron Michael Fleming, Deerfield.
Okay. Well, what's up, GAD?
Hey, Zach, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up? Just real briefly.
By the way, I gotta interrupt. That is the partner of Cuts, who they both troll me together. They both harass and call my wife together. So he's like calling in and doxing his partner. So then they go on their streams and use that as an excuse to keep harassing. That's how weird these guys are. Anyway, go ahead.
Man, yeah, I'd handle that, dude, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Just real briefly. I mean, what a random guy for them to have scored 83, and of course, we understand what 83 represents. Did you do because I wasn't able to catch everything last night because I saw your video last night, but I only saw like the last hour. Did you go into numerology of him playing his his 58th game, scoring 83 points? Did you cover that part?
We did cover his 58th game, like Kobe Bryant's 58. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Pope
Okay,
Francis,
yeah.
58. He was synced with Pope Francis, who was 83 at the time,
Right.
and now the ritual comes 83 days after Pope Francis' birthday anniversary. Did you just hear the call-in
Right.
about how he's named after the Flintstones character, and from Wilt scoring his 100 to that character debuting was 83 weeks later?
Yeah. No, I saw that, and I was like, yeah, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Because when you think of Bam, you think about that character from the Flintstones, and then, and it's just crazy that it's synced up with that. With Will Chamberlain, because he played around that time, scoring 100 points and shit. So, yeah, no, I saw that. And like you were saying, I found it funny that Pope, you know, the date of the Pope is synced up with this shit. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, no, that's all I was gonna ask. You know, ask if you did that breakdown, because I only saw like the last hour. You know, because I don't even be watching the NBA like that. So.
Yeah, we got most of it in there. I'm sure there's still other things to figure out about it. There's always more, but we got a lot of it.
Yeah. Do you just real quick? Do you think there's a tie with this and Len Bias?
Yeah. Because they had Len Bias's mom's news in the death the same day.
Right. Which, you know, of course, you know, he died very strangely. And actually, I do remember Len Bias's mother on one of these, because I used to listen to the sports talk radio up here. They actually, you know what's crazy? Actually, 2002 was when they, I think they had her on speaking to her, you know, when he died, you know, about Len Bias and shit. So, ironically enough, so, but yeah, no, that's pretty much what I was gonna ask about.
Yeah, I'd encourage people to go over my written post on my website, GematriaEffect.news, just because there's a lot of details there. And I didn't even read out everything just because it gets overwhelming. And again, it does look like this is about the World Cup too, with Messi, the Messiah, in Miami. But yeah, there's a lot to it.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna look at more to it. I mean, it's like, once again, it's very strange. And you know what's funny? When I was looking at the highlights, it seemed like, you know, his teammates were intentionally fouling people so that he would get to that number, so that they could stop the time and shit. So yeah, man, that shit is so fucking rigged.
It's dumb to just put all those 43s on there. It's like, and again, once upon a time, I would just see this number stuff and I'd be like, what are they doing with numbers? I mean, that's just like a ridiculous ritual. There's something to that.
Right. Yeah, 40. Yeah. Would have been, you know, it would have been interesting if it was just stayed on 42, but you know, 43 is something that they wanted to have for, apparently. So, but yeah, Zach, I ain't gonna hold up.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem.
All right, we don't have anybody else in the back. I got to wrap it up here. Thanks again to everyone who hit the like and the share. Shout out to Rick James, who gifted a membership. And thank you to Tara, who's been a member for 7 months. Yeah, I wish we could get some more viewers, but it is what it is with this shadow ban. All right, yeah, and all you guys who bounced off Patreon because football season's over, I don't know what's wrong with you guys. You guys need to stick around. I mean, you're just missing out on dominant days. You guys should know NFL's become one of the hardest things to decode. A lot of these sports are a lot easier. You're missing out on the best days of the year. I can't fix stupid. You guys who are addicted to football, the name of the game is winning, not betting your addictions. Anyway, we'll leave it there for now. March Madness coming up. Be a good time to get on the Patreon. See if we can do another nice NCAA future. I think we got both teams this year. I think we got it correct for what it's going to be. So anyway, Patreon links in the description. You can always search Patreon. Zachary K. Hubbard should find the page. All right, you guys. Thanks again to everyone who hits the like and the share. And until next time.